Hey guys, welcome back to the Tough Love Podcast with Dr. John O'Connor. My guest today, Chris David, friend. It goes without an introduction how impressive this man is and what he's doing in the world of social media. So Chris, brother, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it, man. Love being here, bro.
Obviously, it's always high energy. We have a great time, whether we're talking about highs and lows in our lives or this or that. Today's a little bit of a celebration to you, brother. First, congratulations on your award you recently got for Advice Unfiltered with your partner, Tony.
Thank you.
Let's talk about what that was.
Yeah, it's the Oscars of podcasts, right? They gave us an award. It was funny because we put ourselves in 6 categories. The one that meant the most is the one we won, the Listener's Choice Award. That's the one that meant the most to me. I knew we were going to win. It was funny because Tony and his son, the day before we found out we were going to win, we were doing our podcast, and freaking his son was like, yeah, I think we'll get second, and Tony was like, yeah, I think we'll get second. And the reason I thought that is we were a week behind in voting. I don't know if Tony talked about it. We were a week behind in voting. Like, we didn't know that we got put into the categories, right? Like, you can submit yourself, but the judges had to pick you to be in the category. Yeah,
where you go.
Where you go, right? So we didn't know if we actually got in at all, and we actually forgot about it because it was in July that we submitted our podcast. So a week of voting was already happening, and we were a week behind. And I told Tony, I got this. I was like, watch, our followers are so good. I have such a good following. I respect every single one of everybody that follows me. Like, they're good people, man. I have a really good community. And literally, in one day, we went from last place to first place. And we held it for a week, bro. When it came down to the day up, they took out down all the voting. And I told Tony, I said, we won. I said, not only did we win, but we're going to win it all next year. I was like, watch. I was like, for you, this is a start, bro. Friday morning. He calls me. I'm training my client. I told my client, I said, hold on, man. I said, I can answer this phone call. I was like, we're going to find out if I won, if we won the podcast. And I said, I know we won, but I want to hear Tony say it. I never had any proof of it, but I just felt it, And Tony called me on the phone. He goes, yeah, we won. I go, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What'd you say? He goes, we won. I go, I'm sorry, the gym's really loud right now. I can't hear you. What'd you say? He goes, we fucking won. I was like, yeah, dude, I knew. And what's great about that story is that power of belief, right? The power of manifestation, right? We talk about this all the time.
Absolutely.
If you, and I knew once we got in there, and I knew once we put that post about where we won. And I mean this, I honestly, God mean this. I had not one doubt in my mind. Not one doubt in my mind. I'm not being cocky, not being overly confident. It is what it is.
It wasn't going to happen.
It was going to happen no matter what, dude. And I told Tony that from the get-go. When we started doing the podcast together, when we started doing Advice Unfiltered, I told him this podcast is going to be huge. And I still believe that to this day. It's going to be freaking huge. It's going to be, and it's all to the community, man, because we base the podcast off the followers, right? We base it off the stories that we talk about, the inspirational stuff, the motivational stuff. It's real. It's the follower.
The thing is obviously, congratulations. That's a huge accomplishment. My next question, or another congratulations due, you have a new fitness app being put together.
I do. I have a fitness app, me and Alexis Forganis, good friend of mine, great girl, certified in nutrition, certified in training. We decided to make a fitness app together. Again, I've been a trainer for 26 years. I trained everything from professional athletes at football, the rugby, to the little old lady down the street, right? So I did work in rehabs too. So I got years of experience. So we decided that, since I have such a global reach and I have so many people around the world that like what I do and want to do what I'm doing, that we would help them. So we're creating this app called Hardcore Synergy. And we picked Hardcore Synergy because it's all about the mind, body, and spirit, right? It's all about synchronocracy, right? If we can get that balance in. So we picked the one that would have a flow to it. And so we should have it out by January is what I'm banking on. We should have this whole fitness app coming out. And what's great about the fitness app is that it's more than just a fitness app. We'll have motivational stuff on there, motivational quotes. We're also going to have products on there that I use, that she uses, that we know for a fact worked. We're doing it smart, right? We're not going to just throw things down your face. We're going to show you what works. We're going to keep it real.
Like it. So who's it built for? Anybody can do this?
Anybody can do this. We're going to have anybody can do it, man. Anybody from the professional power lifter, bodybuilder, to the little old lady down the street, man, that's just working out at home.
And so that definitely makes a difference, right? It's a range. It's going to be a range of everything.
A range of everything. Yeah, we have a range of everything in it, man. Everything in the app that you could possibly need. Jess, we're going to have Jess. You had Jess on your podcast.
Yeah.
We're going to have her doing her core special, and they're doing that.
Jess is no joke.
Yeah, Jess is no joke, man. We call her G.I. Jane at the gym. So Jess is going to be on there doing her core. That's the thing. That my bigger vision for the app is that we're going to have experts on there that specifically do certain things, right? So that way you have a range of things. It's going to be for everybody.
And I said that about the stretching component. Tony agreed.
Yeah, no, the stretching is a great idea. Me and you are going to be on it for the bodybuilding part, circuit training I'm going to handle. Alexis is going to be able to do, she has this peach thing she's going to be doing for glutes. Jess is going to be there for abs. We're going to have Tony there for deadlifts and squats, all the hardcore powerlifting movements. So it's going to be a range for everybody, man. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, it's going to be really good.
Circling back on the podcast, one of the things that I was talking to Tony about yesterday, it's a show. It's like I have either myself talking into the camera or I have amazing guests and friends like yourself. But you guys are, and again, it was funny talking to Tony because I'm with you all the time in a different capacity. And I was laughing. I said, it's real as fuck. I love that you guys are sharing the adversity you guys came through it's relatable, and you're grabbing real people from all over the world, and not so much putting their laundry out there and making fun of them, but like...
The idea of the show was mine. Tony's the marketing guy. Tony's the brains behind it. I'm the talent behind it, right? It was my idea. I came up with the idea. I figured, what's a great way to get people to watch a show? Because, again, we started off calling it a podcast, but you're right. It's evolved into a show.
Yeah.
Like, it really evolved into a show.
Like, when I heard him speaking about it, I'm like, okay, this is a show. Like, you guys are going to be like a syndicated, you could be a radio show.
It's a show, man. And what's great about it is we're truly helping people. That's the amazing part. Like, it's a roller coaster. Like, that's what we want. We want the show to be like a roller coaster. We want to have those impactful moments, those wow moments, those oh my God moments, and those moments where you sit there and go, wow, man, you know what? That's amazing. I can do something to change my life, which is great, And again, it goes back to the followers. It goes back to the community that we created. I'm blessed. I don't take anything for granted. All those people that follow me, like, dude, I show you videos all the time. There's people sitting in my videos that make fun of me, right? And they have these followers. There's one guy who's got like 3.1 million followers, right? He made 2 videos making fun of me. Everybody's attacking me. Everybody's coming at me, on the comment section, right? And they're all saying all this stuff. And people are like, oh man, how do you handle that? How I handle this, everybody's saying doesn't know me. You don't know me. And 2, I look at that community that he created, right? 3.1 million followers. He created this community of people that just like to put people down.
Of making fun of people.
Making fun of people, right?
Yeah,
like, good for you, bro.
I'm like the anti-bully. I'm
the anti-bully.
My mom is
like literally,
right now,
you're a social media
bullies.
bully is what you are. And what you do is you're lazy, and you literally clip other people's videos to make fun of them. No different than a 5-year-old child. That's what you do, right? And that's what your community is. Like, you created this community of people that make fun of people. I didn't do that. I didn't do that at all. I created a community that literally lifts people up and supports people, man. And that's why we started with the whole online coaching, the AUF Ambassadors Program, right? We started that because we saw that there's so many people out there that have so much potential to be leaders themselves, to inspire other people. And they just need a little kick in the ass to be able to do that, right? Yeah, dude. And that's why I always have my videos with I believe in you, man. Like, a lot of these people will be superheroes themselves in their own lives and other people's lives if they just had somebody to give them a little bit of belief, a little bit of push. Hey, you can do this. You can. There's nothing different between you, me, or anybody else, dude, except the choices that we make. That's it.
Just keep going.
Yeah, you just keep going, man. It's consistency. Keep moving forward.
You guys made a buddy handshake to do 52 episodes. You guys are almost there.
Yeah, almost 52 episodes. Yeah, we're at 42.
Yeah.
42 episodes will be tomorrow night.
I was super happy to hear that. I joke around. I'm like the definition of consistency, right?
Yeah.
So when I hear those kind of things, my inner Rain Man kind of goes off where I'm like, I get that. Although it was funny to say, like, whether it's 8:30, 9 o'clock, we know it's going. It's going to be sometime around that time.
Yeah.
About that.
No, it's key, right? So somebody asked me the other day, what is something that I would say to somebody that would be a motivation? What would be a quote or a word? And it came to discipline. If you really, truly love yourself, if you really, truly want to love yourself, and you truly want to make a difference in your life, and you truly want to be that person you idolize and everything else, then the best way you can show you love yourself and to respect yourself is discipline. Get up every day and do the hard work. Do it. And it'll pay off. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about any of that. You can't stop consistency, hard work. You can't. It'll happen. No different than that seed that I saw. I saw a huge boulder when I was hiking in California. I'm up in the redwoods, giant. Fucking had to weigh at least like 500 tons. It was part of the fucking mountain, for God's sakes. It was huge. But in that boulder, it split. Why? Because a seed from a tree fell down there in the deepest, darkest crevice of this little tiny crevice, right? It had to be like a crack that it's just rain probably washed it down there, right? But it grew, it got a little bit of light, and it grew, and it consistently kept growing. And as it growing, it literally split that rock in half. That little tiny fucking seed. So again, being consistent in what you're doing the hard work, going to the gym, eating right, giving yourself that discipline is 100% self-love.
I love that. I agree, too. It's funny. One of the things I realized when I launched my coaching program is if you want to be good at anything, you have to be consistent.
Yep.
And I was talking to one of my providers today. It was a double dose. It was tough love. I'm like, brother, I do this every day. And you watch me every day, and you're arm's length of me every day. And yet I feel like we are in 2 different places in the world.
Yeah.
I'm here. The more successful you are, the more successful I am. You win, I win. And it was an emotional peer. We've been together 15 years. I said, listen, the one thing about me is as a kid, I was paralyzed, fractured skull, broken back, ACL, rebuilt knee, stomach. I always, as you know, have something on me to keep me going because I never want to give an inch because you get one time around this planet. One.
Yeah, one. That's it.
That's it. You don't get a do-over at 7. You don't start over and you start at 12 like Benjamin Button, although you may get that role.
Yeah,
I'll put in for it.
Maybe.
But the reality is I can't agree with you more. And the energy and authenticity that you guys bring to the podcast are really commended. I wish you all the luck with the app as well. One of the things that is a consistent message out there, and I love kind of teeing you up for these, is your identity is always the same. That's why I laugh when people come at you. I'm like, dude, that's who he is. Like, it's not like you're about to catch a can of whoop ass, because he's not really any different than that.
No, it's so funny when people think I fake my voice or my hair is fake or I fake this persona and make faces. I'm too stupid to do any of that. You know, what you see is what you get. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have time. And plus, I don't have time to pretend to be anybody else, man. I've worked really hard to be the person I am. And I know who I am. Like, I know at the end of the day who I am. I know I'm a good man. I know I'm a good father. I know if shit hits the fan and I need to protect somebody, I will fuck somebody up. I know if somebody's crying, I'll be the first one to pick them up off the ground. I know who I am. Let those people talk. You know, it's funny. There's people that do that, especially guys that seem to want to come at me. All you're doing is giving up that small D energy, bro. Because I'll be the first one to tell a guy, man, like, we had a guy come into the gym the other day, fucking jacked, bro. And I walked up and was like, dude, you're a specimen. Like, you're I gave him a compliment right off the bat, man. And I have no problem complimenting people because I know who I am, right? So let those people talk, man. Because here's the thing, man. I made a video, my first video that ever went viral. I'll never forget this. I was telling off my ex-wife's lawyer. My ex-wife's lawyer talked all this shit on me in court, lied about who I was. She's like, Mr. Self-Professed Father's Advocate, Mr. Self-Professed Father's Mental Health Advocate, and all this stuff. And like, kept saying self-professed, like she knew me. And I was like, so I made this video, and I go, man, to all the people out there that want to talk about me, that hate on me, that want to chew up my name, I got one word of advice for you: don't choke on it. Freaking, and I meant that shit. Like, you can say whatever you want. The end of the day, I knew who the fuck I am. And you know what people's opinions I really care about, that mean the world to me, bro, are my kids. That's it, man. And I'm Superman to them. That's why I wear this shit. My kids think I'm Superman. And I do every day to try to be a hero.
I watch you on the clock other than when you're starving. And today I know we had a little bit of a delay so we can get on time.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yesterday when we were filming, in your head, you had to drive how long?
Oh, 5 hours round trip.
Yeah, 5 hours.
Yeah, go get my son.
And the cutest part was, he would have probably jogged halfway if you told him to just get going in the direction.
Dude, I freaking, he was texting me. He's like, Dad, what time are you going to be here? Sunday morning. He's like, what time are you going to be here? I'm like, 5 o'clock. He's like, why so late? I'm like, I usually get there at 5 o'clock. He's like, I thought it was 3. I'm like, no, I get there at 5.
Did you get there on time?
Yeah, I got there at 5:06. That was perfect. He was waiting at the end of the driveway for me. Now, my kids love me, man. Like, you know, I'm proud as shit. My kids weren't given to me. I fought for them. I fought for both of them, and I won. And with my second one, I don't even consider it a win. I consider it the fact that, so just to get it in a context of frame, my ex-wife tried to keep my kid from me several times. Maybe go through drug tests, maybe go through all this counseling, all this stuff to try to prove myself to be a father. Anybody else in those circumstances would have broke, right? They would have drank. Oh, I can't keep spending this money. You know, I spent $30,000 fighting just for crumbs, breadcrumbs for my kid's life, right? I went from having him every weekend to every other weekend because she had to stick up her ass, right? So what did I tell myself? And I want people to hear this. This is what I told myself. I said, listen, I can't control the courts. They're biased towards men. I can't afford to keep fighting. I can't afford to keep paying the lawyers, because the more I keep paying the lawyers, I'm putting myself into debt, which is also hurting my son, because now I can't give him the stuff he needs, right? So what did I tell myself? I promised myself this 9 years ago when everything started happening. I saw the path that was going on. I said, the only thing I could possibly do is take control of what I can take control over. What do I have control over? Me. I have control over me. So what do I need to do? I need to become bigger than the fucking problem. And I did. I became bigger than the fucking problem. I made sure that everybody knew who the fuck I was, what type of man I was, and proved that I could take care of my son. So without fighting, I got my youngest son, because in the realm of spectrum of things, he's best with me. You know?
I was with you the day that you found out. I was like, bro, it's not anything about her.
No, it's anything about her.
To be honest, no disrespect, I don't know you. The reality is, for us as parents, it's amazing when you can make that moral stand and not, like you said, overreact and make it emotional.
No, I didn't make an emotional reaction. What I did is I took control of what I had control over, right? I had control over how the world perceives me. I control over my success level, right? So I made sure that I was so fucking successful that no judge, no court, no person in their right fucking mind would be like, that kid wouldn't benefit with him. Wouldn't. No, nobody can say that to me. Nobody. You can say whatever you want on social media about my high, my voice, my persona, whatever you want to say about whatever you need to feel better about yourself as you make those comments. But the fact of the matter, at the end of the day, I have busted my fucking ass
to get there.
And I won. And I won for me, and I won for my kids. And that's why everything else I'm doing right now is just a bonus, right? Like, I won what I wanted, right? I got what I wanted. I wanted my son. I wanted to be that everyday father, right? I didn't miss a day. You know what I mean? I want to be that guy that puts his kid on the bus. I want to be that guy that when he's sick, I'm holding his hand. I want to be that dad, right? Because I didn't have that dad. I wanted to be that dad, right? I'm that dad now. I'm that dad now because I made that fucking choice. And I didn't let anything stop me, man. If I would have listened to what all the naysayers said, if I would have listened to what my ex-wife said about me, even my family said about me, if I would have listened to what social media people said about me, I wouldn't be here what I am today. I stuck to what I know is true. And the moral values that I have are good. You know, you be the man of the house. You be the father to your kid. You be the one that supplies, takes care of, protects, and keeps safe in your house. You be that man, you know, and I do that on a daily basis. And I do it with everybody. You know me, dude. I'm the first person if someone needs help, I'm there to help them. Help Danny cracked his head open, who was over there with freaking making sure that when he was crashing his freaking head, who's had him all calm and shit? Me. You know what I mean? Fucking, I walked wait away from a conversation to go make sure he was okay. I'm very happy about everywhere I'm at in my life. I'm very happy that I got people like you and like Tony and like Alexis in my life, man, that I know. And it's the truth, man. Like if you want to be successful, you surround yourself with people who have the same mindset. And it's not just the same mindset, but have the same goals in mind, right? Like we all want to be successful, all of us, right? And we all want to help everybody. You know, and you proved that to me that day you showed up at Mom to College. When I went there for men's mental health, you showed up. I invited 10 different people. You showed up. You know, Tony showed up. Rob showed up. Alexis showed up. You know what I mean? And we showed up for those kids. That to me means the world to me, bro. It wasn't about me. It was about showing up when we were asked to show up.
The one thing that, especially with kids, that's always been a soft spot in my heart, and that's why I made that post on Sunday. Having to walk away from basketball training during COVID because I just physically couldn't do it anymore crushed me. That's what that post was about. It was about, hey, you know, but then I couldn't stay down because, you know, and Tony and I were talking about this, is like, I love the opportunity to be in a mentorship capacity. Oh, yeah. I love taking people from broke to unbroken because I appreciate that because I was there. So I think the three of us.
So here's the thing that I think you can agree with me on that people don't think about, right? When people think about healing, right, and they think about becoming a better person, they think they have to do it alone, right? And they think that they don't have to like do the work to help other people. The truth of the matter of fact, me, and I think you can agree with this, me helping other people is the most selfish fucking thing I do. It is the most selfish thing I do. You know why? Because it makes me feel important. It makes me feel amazing. It makes me feel amazing when somebody like Melinda, who wanted to eat herself to death at 450 pounds, wanted to just die. You know, she gave up on life. Who now lost 150 pounds, who's up doing 15,000 steps a day.
Is this the girl upstairs?
No, that's Angela. No. Melinda's the girl that wrote in on the podcast.
Oh, God.
She's been a big follower of mine, and she shifted her whole mindset because of my video where I said, I believe in you, that I believe you can do this. You know, I never met her before. I still haven't met her in person. You know, she messages me every day, though. She sends me messages, and half the time I don't even respond.
I know we collab on stuff. I see the amazing comments.
Yeah. Going back to the, you know, being the most selfish thing you do, it's the most selfish because it not only does it make me feel good, but it gives me the mindset to help other people, right? It's a chain effect. It literally is a butterfly effect, right? So yes, I'm helping other people. Yes, you're helping other people. But we're doing it because it also healed us. So my advice to anybody that's watching this, if you really want to change your mindset, if you want to feel better about yourself, do something for somebody else. Help somebody else out. The chain effect of that is amazing. If you would have told me, dude, that 10 months ago, well, actually not even 10 months ago, I guess 9 years ago, because I've been saying I believe in you in all my videos for years, right? If you would have told me that just me telling people I believe in them would have such a global impact.
Global impact.
Global impact.
Yeah, bro. By the way, guys, I'm going to say it one more time. Global impact. My man hits millions every single day, and he's genuinely the same way with his, whether we're eating in this there or training upstairs, doesn't deviate. Sees somebody doing something they haven't done before, and he just acknowledges it. There's not enough of us in the world that act like that, so kudos to that, brother.
Thank you, bro. No, I just try to be an example, right? I always say, man, like if you want a better world, I always say this in my videos too, right? I started saying this a couple months ago. If you want a better world, man, it starts with you. You know, it starts with you being a better person and leading by that example. You know, my legacy is going to be a funny one. My biggest thing when I think about it is that when I pass, that my kids will hear people they've never met. Your dad helped me, you know? What more pride could they possibly have? You know, to me, that means the world. My kids just sit back and go, man, my dad made a difference globally. You know what I mean? That's it. You can't ask for a better thing, right? So, yeah. So having my kids proud of me and knowing where I'm going. And I know this for a fact. Like, I can't tell you how much I believe in this. I know for a fact that it just started. Like, this is just the beginning, bro. This is going to be fucking huge.
I guard you sometimes because when I hear people coming at you, I'm like, bro, there's a lot of sharks in the water.
Oh, I know. No, I appreciate that.
You know, and it's funny because, and I'm always like, hey, I got to help this guy. And that's been me my whole life. Yeah. You know, I'll never forget it. I started that way with one of my cousins that I adore that had a neurological syndrome. And I would go to bed every night praying that I would get it so he didn't have it. To this day, now in coaching, I just got this Dr. Rick. Dr. Rick, this is a shout out for you. He had an interesting, turbulent path to get to being a doctor now. When I get on these calls, these demo calls, it's a new thing for me. I'm like, well, it's great. Like, I'm straight fire. And they're like, what do you do? I'm absolutely the best at communicating with patients because I take a Patch Adams approach. Because I've been through
love that movie, by the way.
I've been through almost every fucked up scenario, from being paralyzed, fractured skull, knee, this and that. I've promised to myself with discipline and extreme ownership that I will win my pro card this year. 2 years into this thing ever, and you and I have been athletes, this and that, and you know how I'm working towards. I'm like, I will not be denied.
Yeah.
And for more of the reason, like, I don't care what it was that I could do that I was physically able to do to perform. I would do it because there's so many people out there that won't even make that effort for themselves.
No,
and I feel like, guys, selfishly, this is for all of you that says, wow, you switched. I put pictures up of myself sometimes and say, I was probably the wealthiest in my life financially right there. And I looked like death. I was gray. I was this, I was that. Drinking nice wine all the time, spending money all the time, but an unhealthy version of myself. And now I look at it when I'm talking these practices like Dr. Rick, and when I'm sitting on that Zoom with him, and I said, Doc, I'm going to hold your hand the whole way through. You're going to be successful. You're going to be making money. You're going to be helping people. You're going to be changing lives. And I want to create a financial fence around you. You look back and say, I remember that guy, Dr. John, and he said it and he did it. And I want you to tell everybody, because the bottom line is, I can't coach on the basketball court anymore. But if I can coach real people in real life, to me, it's like, that's my hardwood.
It's a win.
And
it's a win, bro. Because here's the thing, like, and this again goes back to the ambassador program, right? That me and Tony started, the AU ambassador program. We're really trying to do at the end of the day is, one, build a community that helps other people, that they themselves are leaders themselves, that they themselves are using what they've learned from us and they're helping other people. Like, that's the thing. It goes back to what I'm saying. If you want a better world, be a better person. And I say this all the time. Like, when I say, if you want a better world, be a better person, work on you. And then I always end with this, and it's the God's honest truth, and I mean this. The moment you work on you, the moment you take responsibility, accountability, you take it, you love everything about you, the good and the bad. The moment you do all that, everything you love in your life, everybody you love in your life benefits from that. Everybody, and it's the truth. That's why I tell people all the time, I say, all the work I've done, the best part of all the work I've done on myself is that everybody I love, my kids, my friends, my family, they all benefit from this. All of them, Yeah.
And I agree with that, brother. And you know what? I can't thank you enough, because being around you, I've watched it. I've watched your success. I watch people come at you. I watch where you celebrate people. And I also watch how you don't get shitty on people when they come at you. You kind of just say it like it is. And you don't.
I tell them the truth.
You don't come out of your character, and it's a skill that people need to learn. And and I think that going back to when it started with your son, it issued you for be who you are.
Well, that's the thing, right? So when people make those comments about me on social media, they call me a narcissist. They say I need validation from strangers. They say I'm pretending to be me. I'm posing, all this stuff. I realize what they're doing. They're hurt, right? That's nothing to do with me. You don't know me. Because if you did know me, you like me. You would. There's no other reason you wouldn't like me. I'm nice to everybody, man. I treat everybody. You see me, dude. I treat everybody the same. There was a guy in here that didn't like me. When he first started here, he didn't like me. He's of another ethnicity. He thought that I was just some arrogant white guy, freaking and all this stuff, right? And then it was over time that he it was over a couple months. I pulled him aside and said, man, I don't know what I ever did to you that you feel like you don't like me. I was like, but I want to know I respect you as a father. Our kids actually talk. I respect you as a father, and I respect you as a man. So whatever I did that you feel like I offended you, I apologize to you. And you know what he said to me? He said, no, I owe you an apology. He goes, because I thought something differently about you because I saw how you were. How happy you were and how you walked around like life didn't bother you. He goes, but then I saw how you treat everybody, man, woman, black, white, Puerto Rican, doesn't matter. How I treat everybody equally the same. I treat everybody the same, bro. There's no reason not to like me. I mean, you can hate me because of the way I look. You can hate me because of the way I sound. But that's about you. It's not about me. It's not about me at all, man. Because I don't hate you because you look different from me. I don't hate you if you're better shaped than me. I don't hate you if you fucking got better looks than me. I praise you for that. Good for you, bro. You know what I mean? That's fucking awesome, dude. I think that's great.
Good for you.
I'm not in a competition with anybody but myself, man.
But I bet you his hay gets more looks, just saying.
Yeah, I do. It took me years. My last post I talked about where somebody was calling me a narcissist, right? So as well as I do, 10 years ago, I wanted to commit suicide, right? I wanted to die. I felt like I wasn't worth anything. I felt like everything that my ex-wife, that people said about me.
Was true.
That was true. I thought it was all true, man. I thought I was that person that they all said about me. Like my ex-wife made comments about me that if I should kill myself, that my kids would be better if I was dead. They'd be better off without me, right? And at the moment, I thought she was right. Here I'm fucking just hurting everybody I love. Then I realized that the abuse that I was taking on wasn't mine. It was the abuse they had in their own lives, their own self-image. They're just pushing on me what they feel about themselves. I know people are going to be like, oh, well, whatever. But it's the truth. Like, listen, man, if you feel like you got to attack somebody you don't know for a 10-second video where they say hi, or they say, good morning, I hope you have an amazing day, and you feel like you got to trash that person, it says everything about you.
You got something going on.
You got something going on. That's everything about you, man. But it takes knowledge, right? It takes self-respect and knowledge to know who you are, to separate those two things. And that's one of the reasons, like, people always say to me, like, Chris, why do you acknowledge the negative comments? If I acknowledged all the positive comments, then I would be that dude who needs validation. I would be that dude that's full of himself. If I acknowledge all that shit, all those great comments, and I see them all, and I do appreciate that. I love them. I appreciate them all. Thank you so much. Approach and I acknowledge the negative comments because they're the people that need help. If they're doing it to me, they're doing it to everybody. And unfortunately, in the world we live in,
like the 3.1 million follower bully.
Yeah, it's like a 3.1 million follower bully, right? Like he's a bully to everybody on social media. That's what you do. You don't do anything positive, bro. You make fun of people. That's what you do.
I love that Mike Tyson line. Everybody's tough till they get punched in the mouth.
Exactly. Like you think you're cool until you get knocked out. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. That's the other thing too. I separate too because at the end of the day, none of these people are saying it to my face. You know, I'm a nice person. Don't get me wrong. There's two sides to every coin. I was that guy before. You know, I choose not to be. But the point is the fact that there's literally an epidemic right now where you have 10 to 15-year-old kids committing suicide, doing self-harm. You have the highest rate of suicide in men and homeless men. So I approach those negative comments to help those people, right? Because if they see me calling those comments for what they are, that woman that called me narcissist, I knew at least when they called me a narcissist, I know I wouldn't be into anybody too in love with myself. I addressed it, and I was right about that. I'm like, she felt the need to say that because she feels inadequate about herself. You need to find something wrong with me so you find better about yourself because you feel like me because of the way I look, want to talk to you. That's not my problem.
It's your problem.
But other people that don't have that self-awareness would look at it and go, man, why is she saying that about me? Am I really a narcissist? Is that what I'm really doing? And start questioning themselves. I don't want you to do that, man. Yeah, love yourself. Fuck that person that's talking about shit. Don't talk shit.
Work too hard to be upright.
Yeah, dude, listen. Yeah. Like I said before, you can say whatever you want about me, but you can say whatever you want about my name. Just don't get choke on it when you're chewing that shit. You know what I mean? You go ahead. Because at the end of the day, I'm still going to win. Still winning. At the end of the day, I'm still winning. Because at the end of the day, when I go home, my kid's still at my house looking at me. You know, as soon as I get home tonight, as soon as I leave here tonight.
Actually, you got to figure out where the logos are going. You're figuring out where the Lego my Egos are going.
Yeah, right, dude. I got to figure out where the Egos are going. But nah, man, if you can, you know, and I know at the end of the day, I help more people than more people that hate me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the first person to respond to somebody. Like, I had somebody that made a comment on my post about self-harm, and I literally reached out to them personally. I was like, listen, man, I don't want to hear, don't ever do that. The world is better with you in it. The fact you are here is 1 in a billion chance that you're on this fucking planet. And here's a mistake we make. And I talked to a friend about this the other day. The mistake we make is that we think we're here for a purpose, right? And if we don't have that purpose, then there's something wrong with us. It's a mistake. We are here to experience life and everything it has to throw at you. The good, the bad, the ugly. You were here to experience it. You're not here for a purpose. The purpose is for you to experience and learn everything you can about yourself and everything about this big blue marble we're floating on, bro. Everything else goes to the wayside because at the end of the day, none of that shit matters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're here to experience life and grow and learn from it, bro.
I saw an awesome post, all those like success things. So they were showing 5 different skeletons.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
And like one was in a Lambo, one was poor, one was this, one was that. And the one was like all flowers around like a field of flowers around the coffin. And it was be the most loved. No one's going to remember who had the Lamborghini, who was the richest, but they'll remember that person that made them feel that way. And that's the one thing that I think a lot of us lose sight of when we're chasing a purpose that is what the world wants to see versus
what really matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, what really matters, man. What really matters at the end of the day, man, is changing other people's lives.
Guys, jumping back in, again, we got podcasts that won a crazy award, the top of the top. We have a fitness app coming out. My man is just firing on all cylinders. I got to be part of the video yesterday, which was super awesome for the fitness app. So thank you for having me in that.
Man. Of course.
I just have to say, being side by side with both of these gentlemen they're just genuinely authentic. I mean, Chris is the real deal. I wish him nothing but the utmost success. And that's one thing that I think there's not enough of this in the world is that if I see him be successful, I'm bragging to everybody, right, that he's crushing it. Because if you knew where he came from, most people are soft and would still be laying there right where he was. And he's never looked back. Matter of fact, even better, he reflects on that to say, I was here. And it didn't matter how pretty I was because I didn't feel very pretty at that moment. I didn't feel how good looking I was. And now looking back at it, helping all those people, to me, that says so much about the person because for the most part, those people would be empty souls. And my man right here just gives it out to the world 24/7, always positive, always trying to do the right thing.
That's why I named my book, It Was Never Just About Me. I named it Was Never Just About Me because it's not just about me. My story is everybody's story. And that's why I see people. You and me have the same struggle. The whole physical thing, my neck, my back. Yours is more severe than mine was, but I understand the work you had to do to get to where you are. Respect, I have compassion for that, right? The same person has a low self-esteem. The same person who feels like a drug addict and a loser. I've been there, man. I had a woman made a comment to me that said on one of my posts, it goes, yeah, Chris, fuck Chris. She goes, he forgot where he came from. And I was like, man, I haven't forgotten where I came from. I got the scars on me to prove where I came from. I know exactly where the fuck I came from. I'm just never going back there.
Just not someplace I'm visiting again.
Yeah, dude. And I use my experience to help everybody, man. I've literally lived almost every single fucking life you could have, minus the millionaire, which I'm working on.
We're getting there, trust me.
Yeah, I'm going to get there. But I've worn many hats. I've worn many jobs. And again, I think great example that you and me set is that it's a choice. It's a choice. You really do have the power, man, to change your life. You really do have the ability to take control of your life. If you look at it from just by a choice, right? If you look at it from the aspect of the things that you have control over, right? I can't control you. I can't control the person I'm dating, but I can control me. I can control how I respond to things, right? Am I going to be the victim in my life, or am I going to be the hero in my life? Those are your options. The only thing between a hero and a villain is the choices we make, right? Both come from tragedy. Both come from dismay. Both come from heartache. The only difference between the hero and the villain is the hero will save the world, the villain will burn the world, right? Who do you want to be? Like, who do you want to be in your life? And then once you figure that out, and here's the thing, it's not a clear-cut answer. Everybody goes, oh man, who am I? It's not a clear-cut answer at all, because you're going to be a basket of people. You're going to change. You're going to evolve. You're going to be somebody different every year, every month. Nobody's ever pigeonholed to the same thing. Like, you're going to change the environment you're in, and that's good. Darwin said it the best. It's not the one who freaking is the strongest one out there. It's not the smartest one out there that survives. It's the one who adapts to change. As long as you keep flowing, man, like water, and you keep learning and you keep moving forward, but understanding that you literally have the ability to be where you and me are sitting right here today, to be that person you want to be. The only difference between people like Elon Musk or Bill Gates, they made a choice and they believed in it. Nobody told them any different. They didn't care. I'm sure they had plenty of people go, man, that's not going to work. You're crazy. Okay, good. Let's make crazy work.
Without a doubt. I tell people that all the time. People are like, you have a vision. And I'm like, I've been dead on my ass. These last couple of years have been probably the most struggle that I've had. And I tell people, I go, guys, the run I'm about to go on is the best ever. And so to me, it's no different than a team that went for 0-12 to 12-0 and went to the Super Bowl. I go, I'm my Super Bowl right now because I don't see it as a loss. I was learning. And now I'm coming for every single one of those people because I want to help all those people and look back and say, you know what? So many people are watching you. And sometimes it's almost like they want to watch you burn. And I want to smile at every single one of them and be like, you didn't really think I was going to stay there, did you? You haven't watched me this whole time? Paralyzed, check the box. I could check a lot of boxes that most of you would be still right where you were, much like yourself. Yeah. And I look at it now like, I can't wait. With every practice that I turn around, every doctor that I make successful is a brick I put on the wall that I'm building on the castle that'll never let me be in that situation again. And every person that's been with me that's like, I didn't realize that. They're coming with me because they weren't judging. They were just like, I enjoy that, dude. That's my kind of guy. And much like yourself, brother. We're going to build it together, guys. You're going to see it live. At any rate, brother, always, I can't appreciate you enough. I can't say it. All love. And I can't wait to see everything you're doing. And congrats. Not even 1 year in on the podcast. I'm a humble podcast host. I love bringing the stories of amazing people. I love talking about adversity. And more importantly, I love the rise from adversity. Guys, it's easy to get knocked down. The battle and the victory happens from getting back up. And this guy right here, he epitomizes that. So thank you for being my friend.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man.
And
I really do, man. You can definitely listen, follow John. Check out all his stuff, man. Like, you're a straight up dude, man. You are, man. Like I said, compared to everybody else, man, that I've met in the 2 years that I've been here, you showed up, which is a lot about your character, bro. I can't tell you how much. Because again, when you showed up at that college, man, it wasn't about me. That's why I invited you. I invited all these people because I wanted to show these kids that men our age who've been through shit. Like my oldest son said it the best. He goes, Dad, he called me the other day. He's 26 years old. He goes, Dad, I just want to tell you I love you and I'm proud of you. I was like, for what? And he goes, most people wouldn't have survived what you did. They would have died. They would have gave up. And he's saying that because his best friend's wife, or his fiance, his dad just OD'd. Yeah, my age just OD'd, right? God rest his soul. And he goes, Dad, no, most people wouldn't come back from what you did. And you did. Again, the example me and you set, the example that Tony sets, the people that we surrounded ourselves with are really leaders in mental health and physical health. I could be more grateful to be here, so thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Guys, again, another Fire podcast with Christopher David. Chris is a friend. His content that he puts out there is just amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing more to come, and thank you, brother.
Of course.
We'll see you guys again soon. Thank you. God bless, and we'll see you again at another episode of Tough Love.